And to my right is Chef Erling Bauer, who
Hello.
we've known. We were much younger.
Much.
We were much younger when we first met.
Skinnier.
Yeah. Well,
Considerably.
I was going to go there. So, Chef Bauer, 3-time James Beard semifinalist. Finalist.
Always bridesmaid, but never
a bride. Yeah. But your restaurant, Pacific Standard Time, your most recent restaurant, did win a James Beard Award for Best Restaurant Design. I mean, you're against the entire country in a category 76 seats or under. Mm-hmm. You're a darling of the Chicago press. Your wife still likes you. We're friends. And you cooked, were mentored by one of the most famous chefs in the American pantheon of the second half of the 20th century.
I agree with most of those things.
Okay.
I think my wife likes me, but I think everything else is. And thank you for saying that I'm a darling of the food press. I think
you are.
I think I've done okay.
Yeah, you are. Your mom was this incredibly adored and loved and respected restaurant critic and writer for one of the best papers in Chicago, and then she moved into news. Your dad is a Creole or Cajun?
Creole.
Creole. Okay. You're also half Chinese.
Yeah.
From your mom, who came here when she was 16, and then you're part of an American ethnic story that is like deeply original when you get into American ethnic stories, from your dad from Louisiana, New Orleans, and the Creole kind of thing. So you're this great melting pot, but you are like the son of food royal. Like, it's sort of one of those things, like, well, no wonder he became a chef. But what was that like when you started cooking, to have all that trailing after you? Because it's a double-edged sword, right?
It is. I do think that most people that become chefs have some sort of, it's very rare that you can become a chef with no food foundation,
yeah.
Right? I happen to have a very obvious one, but it was just one of those things, I don't know what else I would have done, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't intimidating in any way because it was the only path, and it wasn't encouraged, it wasn't pushed, it was just, both my mother and my father encouraged me to do what I was passionate about, and this is what I was passionate about. So they were always very supportive and very encouraging.
But if I understand your sort of upbringing, if we can do this big overarching, it was like, weeks in the city with your mom, going to restaurants, weekends in Fort Wayne with your dad.
What gets lost in this is what a good cook my dad is, actually.
Oh, really?
My dad's actually a spectacular cook. He cooks like 10 things really well.
Yeah.
Very Cajun based. But both families, my mother's and my father's, we wake up in the morning and at breakfast we were talking about what we had for dinner. So food just became the lens through that which all of life was kind of seen, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I've always processed the world through food, right? It's also a very easy lens. Like, you go to any country, you go to, you come up here to Wisconsin, and we can talk about Wisconsin food. You go to Chicago's got its food.
Yeah.
You go anywhere, and we talk about food. It's just something that humanity can relate that immediately to. And I just think I have a very unique story to tell. So, was it intimidating? No, I think I was really lucky. I think I was really lucky to have influences that close to me. And then influences like Rick Bayless, who were just one degree of separation away. I consider myself incredibly lucky in those ways, and they've all continued to be very supportive.